Hey YouTube, this is Elizabeth. Thanks for coming to my channel. This is my first ever floss tube. I tried filming this video twice yesterday and it was a dumpster fire. I have notes today to keep myself on track, and I have my stuff in organized piles so that hopefully things flow a little bit more smoothly than they did yesterday. A little bit about me. I live in Plumas County in Northern California with my husband. I am a cook at our local hospital, and that's the job that enables me to craft. Um, I cross stitch, knit, crochet, and I tried my hand at quilting last year, at the end of the year, and it was an experience, but I'll keep at it. I'll keep at it. Um, Again, I'm married. My husband and I have known each other since kindergarten. We have been married 9 years. We've been friends our whole lives. We have 5 kids between us, all between the ages of 21 and soon to be 25. They are grown and out of the house, so it is just us and our 4 dogs, which you might see one pop up here. The girls are sleeping on this couch. Our boys are larger dogs, and they are outside playing in what's left of the snow. We originally are from the Central Valley of California, which we moved from there in end of September, beginning of October of 22, and then we moved into this house in April of 23. They're up and around. And we've been here ever since. We are so blessed to live up here. We are definitely mountain people. We love to camp. We love to fish, go hiking. My husband is an avid outdoorsman. He hunts. He is a firearm enthusiast. He got me a compound bow for my birthday / Christmas present, because my birthday is 2 weeks before Christmas, and I absolutely love it. Let's see what else. We like to go off-roading. He bought me a Jeep last summer, and we have gone off-roading a couple of times in it, and it's so much fun. We like to be outdoors. We like to be outdoors. Not so much right now because it's freaking freezing. But the sun is out today, and that is fantastic. We have not seen the sun in about a week. The dog is distracting me. So, I can't remember if I said how long I've been stitching. I started in 2019, 2020, and then went back to work when the pandemic hit and kind of put my stitching down, and have not picked it up until the end of last year. I discovered or rediscovered Flosstube, and it's amazing to me how much the community has grown from when I started watching it back in 2019. Back in 2019, I think the only people that I watched were Priscilla and Chelsea. Let's see. I'm going to try to keep the ums down, but no guarantees. Let's see. So really, my first major start of this year was on New Year's Day. It was a Mill Hill kit called Moonlit Treaters. This is the photo. I actually started this back in 2019 and did a middle start, but there was a whole lot of beading that goes there, and I got pretty intimidated. So when I rediscovered FlossTube, I found a couple channels where they did a Stitch with Me and they were doing mill hook kits, and I watched them and I am no longer intimidated. However, this is as far as I got on New Year's Day. Sorry, the sun is starting to come through the blinds. Yeah, so that was my New Year's Day start. And I have that, you know, and it's just the kit. And I have it in the state-of-the-art project bags. So that's my first start. I have a finish that was my second start. No, my third start of the year. And this is Midnight Moon by Primrose Cottage. Yes, Midnight Moon by Primrose Cottage. Let's see, the fabric is just a 14 count Aida that I got at our local hardware store. Our local hardware store has a craft section and they have a bolted 14 count Aida. I bought a yard, brought it home, tea-dyed it, got a lot of that starch out, and enjoyed stitching this. Well, gosh darn it. There are a few stitch errors in it that I'm sure you could see, but I'm going to leave them because, yeah. And that's my first and only finish this year, but it's also actually my first ever finish. So I'm pretty happy with it. Let's see. I started this one on the 8th of this month, which is February, and it's called Raven Woodcut. And it's from, I got the pattern on Etsy from Raven Coven, I believe. Yeah. And I started this again on the 8th. I only worked on it on the 8th. Yes. And today is the 10th of February. So I only worked on it for only a few hours on the 8th. And that's as far as I got. It is on a mystery 16 count Aida. I did purchase this back in 2019, 2020, and I looked through my Etsy and it's not in my purchases. So I either used a different email address or didn't buy it on Etsy. But I feel like I bought it on Etsy. Here's my Maleficent needle minder. I'm going to show you the rest of those ones that I got. There's my Bailey. I don't know what she's doing. She's walking around. And I have that in a bag that I quilted about 5 years ago. It's something I watched one of Erica Arndt's videos and I was like, I think I could do that. It was not as easy as she makes it look, but I love to sew. So I tried it. Let's see. My next whip is a dimensions kit that I purchased at a needle shop in the valley when we lived there. Unfortunately, living up here, the closest needle shop is, it's not even a needle shop, it's a big box store. There's a Hobby Lobby, a Joann's, and a Michael's in Reno, Nevada, which is an hour and a half from us, and that is my closest craft store. Anyway, this is the dimensions kit. It's a little sampler, and I got this a couple of years ago. I saw it and was like, oh, I love it. It's actually from 1985. And I love the stuff from the 80s and the 90s. The cross stitch stuff, the just the country feel of a lot of stuff, and the dusty colors, you know, the dusty blues and pinks and golds and whatnot. I couldn't give you a start date on this because I got it so long ago. But this is, as far as I have gotten on it, that needle minder is from Hobby Lobby. And it says, "May your home be warm and our friends be many." That's how far I've gotten on that. And then my second start for this year in this Alice in Wonderland project bag that I made. Don't look too closely at the stitching or the zippers because, you know, directional fabric and whatnot. I started this on the 9th of January, and it's an Alice in Wonderland PDF that I got off of Etsy, and let me give you the details on it. So it's from the Etsy store, Candle and Needle. This is the project, and I absolutely love it. I love Alice in Wonderland. I love anything Alice in Wonderland. I actually considered calling my channel Lizzy in Stitcherland. I may still, I don't know. But yeah, that's the one I started on the 9th. I am stitching it on just black 14 count Artiste Ada from Hobby Lobby, and I am using a variegated floss for this, which is DMC 4507, and I believe it's called Bougainvillea. I know it's the name of a flower, and I can never pronounce it. So I've got almost the entire border done. I just have to do one side left to connect it. And then I originally started on this motif here, and then I decided, you know what, I'm going to do the border first. So I only have a little bit to finish the border. I don't have a serger, so I just used the painter's tape. Thinking about trying the zigzag stitch on the ends, but I'm not sure. That needle minder, same one I got, or from the same place, got it off at Etsy from the same seller as the Maleficent one. And again, I'm going to show you the rest of that collection. But it's just Alice in, oh my goodness, okay, it's Alice in a teacup with the Mad Hatter and the March Hare. And I absolutely love it. So I guess now I will show you what I have kitted up. I bought things back in 2019, 2020 and kitted them, but never got started on them. The first one is Halloween Quaker by Lila Studio. I have it in this Lake House Stitch Company or Stitch Co. Barnyard project bag. And it's absolutely adorable. I love it. I actually grew up on a farm. My grandfather was a farmer. He raised beef and grew alfalfa. And yes, that's how I grew up. I am going to stitch it on this fabric, which is 14 count Ada Haunted, and I believe it's by Picture This Plus. It's got the P2P there, PTP there on the tab. So I'm pretty sure it's a Picture This Plus. And again, it's a 14 count, but it's really soft. And I stitch in hand. I've tried using a hoop, I've tried using a Q-snap, and it's just, it's too bulky for me. I have really weak wrists. And so trying to hold either the Q-snap or the hoop, it hurts. It hurts my wrists. So information you totally wanted to know. I do have the called for DMC, and I am super sorry for the glare. This is my first video. Go easy on me. And actually, I think I will probably start this one on the 13th as a, not only, you know, the 13/31 spooky Halloween things, but also the 13th of February is the day my husband and I started living together 9 years ago. Next, I have, sorry for the crinkling, it's gonna happen. I have this from Autumn Lane Stitchery, which is the other floss tubers that Erin and Cassandra that I found on back in 2019, 2020. Sorry, words are an issue today. I worked early this morning and the coffee's wearing off. But it is the Moon's Out, Broom's Out. And I absolutely love this. I have the fabric for it, which it's coming up blue here, but it's actually purple. It's like a dark royal purple. It's absolutely gorgeous. And it is Belladonna from Garibaldi's Needleworks. And I want to say this is the fabric that was suggested for this. And it's in Belladonna. It's a hand-dyed 16 count Ada. And I'm looking forward to starting this one too. When, I have no idea, to be honest with you. So some other kits that I have is Patriotic Angel from the Dimensions Gold Collection Petite. And as you know, those just all come in a kit. I have all the floss separated, and it goes on this navy blue Ada. And I forgot to pull some of my kits. Just a moment. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully the lighting isn't getting too crazy. Yeah. The next thing that I have kitted and have started but have not worked on in a couple of years is this Dimensions kit. I think a lot of people have this one. I haven't gotten very far on it. I did a upper left hand start. I started there, and then I decided to start down there. And this needle minder is from Hobby Lobby. And I will, when the weather turns a little bit nicer and I feel like working on something a bit more springy, I will probably pull that one out. This one is a Jan Lynn, and it's God Bless America. And again, in my state-of-the-art project bags. And this is as far as I have gotten on it. And it is on gridded fabric that, after looking at it, I'm pretty sure I gridded it myself. I didn't, because that looks pencil gridded. So we'll see how that goes. I love to stitch anything patriotic, samplers, anything Alice in Wonderland, Halloween, or spooky. Absolutely love. Bible verses also. And then, oh no, I showed you that one. Okay, so next I will show you not haul, because people don't like that word apparently. So I'm going to call them stash enhancements, stash expansions. Let's see. So I had found some kits on eBay and put them in my husband's eBay cart, and he was nice enough to buy them for me. And I have this one. I have all the floss separated, which, let me tell you, took like 2 hours. It was ridiculous. Because it's the older floss and whatnot. But I mean, it didn't fray, it didn't split, so I think it should be okay. And I can't pronounce that. I'm not going to try. I got this one for him, for my husband, to put in his man cave, because he is a hunter, like I said. And that is just on the fabric that it came with. And I do have it in a hoop. I really like this fabric, actually, the way it's almost kind of a tweed type fabric. I really like it. And it's not very crispity, crunchity, all that. And then I found this. It is a wedding sampler from 1988. I was 11 years old in 1988. It's fantastic. But I got this for my husband and I. And I will, you know what? I might actually stitch this one. This might be a Valentine's Day stitch. Hey, all right. So I have those, and then I have this one by Design Works, also from the eBay cart purchase. And it says, "May you always walk in sunshine. May you never want for more. May Irish angels rest their wings right beside your door." I absolutely love that. And it's got the Celtic cross and the knotwork motifs there. And I loved this so much that I bought two on purpose. So I have one that this one's open already, but I have one that's unopened that I got from 123 Stitch, that I'm going to show you the stuff that I ordered from them next. And so what I might do is gift it to someone if anybody's interested. But of course, I'll gift you the newer unopened one. Okay, now from my 123 Stitch haul, oh, excuse me, my 123 Stitch order, I got all the floss for some charts that I'm going to show you in just a minute. And Krynic, I believe it's called. I need that as well. But this big old bag of floss from 123 Stitch. Also from that 123 Stitch order, I got these Celtic Santas. One is Scotland. The other one is Ireland. My family is of Celtic heritage. My husband's is as well, among other things, So those will be, one of which will be my St. Patrick's Day. Probably the Ireland one. I'll probably start that on St. Patrick's Day because that makes sense. Let's see. Okay, so the charts that I got all those floss for are these Alice in Wonderland charts that I got from Brooks Books off of Etsy. And I absolutely love these. There's Alice, the White Rabbit, the Cheshire Cat, the Mad Hatter, the Royal Gardener, because he's painting the roses red. The Dormouse, he's right up there. The White Queen, and the Queen of Hearts. Tweedledee and Tweedledum. The Duchess with her piggy baby. And the March Hare. And I got a piece of fabric off of Etsy from Lila Cross Stitch. She is out of the UK, but I got this fabric, and I don't know if you can tell, but it is shot through with some iridescent thread. And I got this to stitch all those Alice charts on. I want to just stitch them all together on this fabric. And this is I believe it's a 14 count, maybe 16 count. 16 count Aida, and I absolutely love it. It's nice and soft. It's going to be great to stitch in hand with. I need to do something about the edges because it's unraveling. She was super fast on her shipping. I ordered that and I had it from the UK in about a week. I will show, here, let me show you my needle minders that I got. And they are from, let me check real quick. I got them off of Etsy, and it is from a place here in California, Southern California. But I ordered these and the fabric on the same day. I got the fabric before I got the needle minders. So Lila was definitely on it. Okay, purchases. Galloway's Minders. I will leave the information below. But that's who I got all these needle minders from. I got the Maleficent one, the teacup one, Baby from Supernatural, Maleficent Dragon, Little Maleficent, Alice, Dean and the Boys. I am a Dean girl. Sammy's okay, but give me Dean any day. And Dean and Sam, and then she threw this one in. I didn't order it. She just threw this one in, and I absolutely love it. Super cute. So last week, my husband and I, we had to go for a doctor's appointment for myself out of town, and we ended up going to Reno. Oh, the lighting got real bad. Sorry about that. And we stopped at Joann's, and there I got these, which is the floss sleeves. So once I get all that floss organized, I can put them into these sleeves and we'll be able to see them. They had, I'd been keeping an eye out for this cross stitch, just cross stitch issue because I love that rabbit. And they still had this one on the shelf, so I grabbed that. I absolutely love that lantern. Again, anything fall, autumn, spooky, all that. And then I got this 16 count Ada, just DMC, and it's just the regular 16 count Ada, hard as cardboard. But I'm gonna dye it. I just haven't decided which color I'm gonna dye it. I purchased a chart from My Big Toe Designs, and it is a, excuse me, it's called I Surrender All, again from My Big Toe Designs. And I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if I want to do the blue colorway because the person I'm doing it for, I don't think blue is their favorite color, but I don't know what their favorite color is. So we'll see. I haven't decided yet. But I need to decide soon because I want to start stitching this really soon, like this coming up week, if I can. Again, I'm going to dye that fabric. I just don't know what color I'm going to dye it. So any suggestions I would greatly appreciate. On that same outing, my husband and I went to a store called Savers, which is a kind of like a Goodwill. I don't know if they have stores other places. I would assume that they do, but this was the first time I'd ever, well, going to Reno and seeing this store was the only time I'd ever seen this store before. So I don't know. But with them being the treasure trove that they are, because don't we all love Goodwill and St. Vincent de Paul and thrift stores and antique stores because they're fabulous. I actually got this basket, which I am going to fill with seasonal minis and smalls and probably pillows and things. But I got that for less than $5. It was pretty awesome. And I got this Country Fair quilt. It is from a 96, and it's by Retta Wareheim. And I paid $1 for it. They had this. I said I stitch and I crochet. They had this table runners from Annie's Attic. Table runners in half the time. Made with cotton sizes 3 and 5. And I had just started getting into the cotton thread the beginning of last year. They had this old issue of Better Homes and Gardens cross stitch and needlework, and I got it simply for this here. I absolutely love it. And this one is from June 1998. So that was pretty awesome. And then I found this book there, Donna Cooler's Cross Stitch Christmas, and it is just, it's a treasure trove of patterns of Santas, pillows, stockings, It's adorable. There's so many cute patterns in here. If you want to flip through, let me know and we can flip through that. Something that I've had in my collection for a while, being a child of the 80s and teenager of the 90s, I absolutely love Mary Englebright. And this is Mary Englebright's Cross Stitch Make-A-Wish. I found this in, when we lived in the Valley, I found it at our secondhand bookstore where you could go and you could trade books and whatnot. And I purchased this as part of this, and then I got a Mary Englebright mug, which since we moved, I don't know where it's at. Anyway, but this has amazing amazing charts in it. That was pictures of my grandparents. Most folks are about as happy as they make up their minds to be. Abraham Lincoln. And that is definitely true. And so they have the ones that you can frame, and then they have the littles, the picture frame matting here that you can cross stitch. This one looks like it's on the back of a mirror or some such item. If my dogs start going nuts right now, it's because the dog across the street is losing his doggy Jesus, and there they go. But again, one that you could frame. This is like a table topper, napkin ring. And if you want to flip through this book without the charts, obviously, let me know. We can totally do that. My grandparents, my grandfather, the farmer, my grandmother, that was the telephone operator. So that is pretty much it for the stuff that I have. Again, I have a very small stash because I'm just starting out again with the cross stitch. I am looking forward to enhancing my stash, expanding it. That was the chair, not me, I promise. Let's see. Again, the lighting, I apologize. It keeps changing on me. The last thing I wanted to share with you guys is who I have been watching on FlossTube. And I have a list. It's an extensive list, so I've kind of cut it down to, I gave myself a paper cut on the Mary Englebright book. It was great. I've cut it down to who I have been watching this past week. And when I stitch, I'm a FlossTube binge watcher. So I'll find a channel that I like and I'll go back to the beginning and watch as many videos of one person as possible, just because it's a thing and it's what I do. So, I would say in no particular order, but they are actually in alphabetical order because I copied them off my subscription page. But the 911 Stitcher, Stacy, she's fantastic. I used to work in the emergency services sector, and I appreciate her. I really appreciate her. And she is a German Shepherd dog mom, and I am too, and absolutely love it. She always has pictures of canine officers at the beginning of her videos, and I absolutely love it. I love to see them. I am going to try to do something about this lighting. One moment. Okay, sorry if I'm washed out. Kind of open the blinds a little bit, change seating directions. Yeah. Okay, 911 Stitcher, Antique Needleworkers, Shelly. I love watching her. She just, every time I see her, she makes my heart smile. And I feel like she's one of those people that if you're friends in real life, you're just you feel completely blessed to have them as a friend. And I feel like that's how friends of Shelly's would be, if that makes any sense. Um, the Floss Boston cousins, Christy and Callie, I love how they are cousins, but they are as close as sisters, it seems. And they have their whole. Oh, going back to Shelly from Antique Needleworkers, she has a group on Facebook now, and you should check it out. Christy and Callie, they also have a group on Facebook, the Floss Boston Cousins. That's where they're doing their heifer board, which is like Whip Go. I'm not participating in that because I don't quite understand how you fill out the board. But maybe next year. Let's see. Melly Ellie Stitches. I love watching her. I don't know. I just do. Priscilla and Chelsea, the Stitching with the Housewives, have watched them for years. Absolutely love them. The Tattooed Stitcher, Jordan. She is one that I have binge watched all of her videos. She seems like somebody that I would know. Like she was somebody that we would run in the same circle, it seems like. Potty Mouth Stitcher, Heidi. I absolutely love her channel. I've watched a lot of her videos and I have yet to hear anything potty mouthed out of her. So we'll maybe I've missed it. I haven't paid much attention, but yeah, I really enjoy her channel. And then Just Keep Stitching, Pam and Steph, they crack me up. I was in last week. I was in the worst mood. Actually, it was the beginning of this week. I was in the worst mood when I came home from work. I was working at a hospital can sometimes do that to you. It's not my coworkers. I absolutely love my coworkers. I love what I do. The only thing that I would love more is to get paid to stay home and stitch, but who wouldn't love that, right? Anyway, I came home, saw the notification that they had uploaded a video, and I watched it, and by the end of it, I was laughing and smiling, and I was in a much better mood. So I appreciate that so much. I love the chemistry that they have together, being mother and daughter. None of my daughters are interested in stitching or anything like that, so a little bit envious there, but yeah, I really enjoy watching them. Okay, so that's it. I feel like I got through this pretty fast. It's amazing what being a little bit more organized can do. I just realized you could see the reflection of outside in my TV there. So the last thing I guess is the gifting of that kit. If you're interested in it, leave a comment below of who the first floss tuber was that you followed on YouTube. Or if you're a fan of WWE like my husband and I are, American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, tell me who your favorite WWE personality is. Either today's superstars or yesterday's superstars. Or NXT. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much. If you stayed with me this long, you are a trooper. And I appreciate you more than you can possibly know. And I look forward to uploading again in a couple of weeks, maybe the end of next month, by the end of next month. It just depends on what life has in store for me. I'm going to try not to, corner myself into a schedule that I am not able to keep. So I will just say until next time. Thanks for coming, and I look forward to next time. God bless.